First of all, congratulations is in order, new assistant coach for the Idaho Steelheads, Gord Baldwin. How do you feel being back here at CenturyLink Arena in Boise and now behind the bench helping call the shots?
Yeah, it's great to be back in Boise. It's been 3 years since I've been back here. Really enjoyed my time when I was here as a player. Did 3 months the first beginning of the year, and then I came back. We had a good playoff run. Throughout those years, I've kept in touch with Neal and Brad, and they were great coaches. And every time I have to have something to ask them, they're always there through email or through phone.
And let's talk about it first of all. What was the decision to finally, kind of hang up the skates, so to speak, and get into the coaching world? What led you to make that decision?
Well, that's something that was in the back of my mind the last few years. I think having the ability to go to university and take my MBA last year allowed me to play hockey and do something else. So it made me think about the other things that I like to do, and the way hockey was going, I think it was a good opportunity for me to try something else.
And let's go back to your time here as a player, 2012-13. You mentioned under then head coach Brad Ralph, player assistant coach Neal Graham. What was it like working with the two of them as a player, and how do you expect some of those experiences, especially with Coach Graham, to carry over now that you're one of the coaches?
Yeah, well, that was both Brad and Neal's first year coaching here. I had a really good relationship with them. They were great coaches. They're very smart. I love their philosophies and attitudes towards the game, and I think we really matched towards that. And having that, I think they allowed me to have some input in the team, and they came to me with a lot of not decisions but input, which really helped. So with that, I've kept in touch with them through the last couple of years. Obviously, I have a ton of respect for both of them, and I think working with Neal now is a great opportunity. I've come in and I've seen how organized he is and everything that he has ready so far. So it's very exciting.
How did that phone call go when, obviously a lot of change, Coach Ralph leaving, Coach Graham promoted to head coach. What was the phone call between you and head coach Graham?
Seemed like it happened really quick. All of a sudden, Neal was like, Gord, I'm going to be the head coach of the Idaho Steelheads. I'd like you to be my assistant coach. And he just went through everything that he was planning on doing with players, systems, everything that they've done in the past couple of years. And he asked if I wanted to be on board. Since we have kept in touch over the past couple of years, we're very familiar with each other, and I think we contrast pretty well between our energy levels and the way we view the game. So I think it's a good match and something we're looking forward to starting the season once the players get here.
What are going to be some of your responsibilities on the bench during the game? Obviously, we know as an assistant coach, Graham worked with the defense mainly. Do you kind of take over that role, or have you guys kind of switched things up a bit?
Yeah, I'll take over Neal, working with the defensemen. So, I'll be running the defensemen on the bench during the games, and I'll be working a little more closely with them during practice and off the ice. So, obviously, as a defenseman myself, I've got some experience that, I think I can take the good and the bad from all my past experiences and try to help these guys coming in.
We'll get a little specific here in a second, but just talk about some of the D-men that have signed. Obviously, Andrew Carroll coming back, your younger brother, which we'll talk about here in a second. But the guys that we've announced so far, and even some of the guys we haven't announced, what do you think of the D-Corps compared to maybe a couple years past? What your outlook is so far this year?
Yeah, I think we got a solid veteran group back there. I think we're going to be very good defensively. We can be physical if we have to, but I think the bigger thing that we have there is a good presence. It's going to be tough for other forwards to play against. We're going to be able to move the puck up. We're going to take care of our own end, and I think we're going to have a good leadership group back there.
Talk about what it's going to be like having your younger brother back there. What's been that relationship like, obviously, between the two of you growing up, but now your coach, he's player. How fun is that going to be?
That's really exciting. I know he was looking for a few things this summer, and I was in contact with Brad and Neal about him, and I think things happen, and once this job came up for myself, I called him right away and said, if I'm coaching, I want you there. And he said, if you're coaching, I want to be there. So we've talked a lot about it, how we're going to draw the line and what kind of relationship we are going to have. But when it comes to the rink, we're going to be, coach and player, and I'm going to do my best to make him a better player. And, off the rink, if we can get together a little more than we usually would, that'd be great.
What is the outlook for the 2015-16 Idaho Steelheads camps? Obviously a couple weeks away. The season's less than a month away. What's the outlook that you and Neal have, and especially the expectations for this group this year?
Yeah, everything's coming down quickly. We have just about everything organized. We're just waiting for the guys to get in now. So, we got expectations we're going to go over with the players. We're going to go over with each other to, maybe set numbers. It's not so much numbers because you can't really tell what the team's going to be like till everybody's here. You get to see them. It might even take 10, 20 games before you know the true identity of the team. But we're going to try to implement a few things that, creates that identity early, and we can start with, a few wins early in the season.
Well, again, congratulations, Assistant Coach Gord Baldwin, and welcome back to Idaho.
Thank you.